federal judge has given the Department of Homeland Security until next Tuesday to decide on a conservative think tank's request for Prince Harry's U.S. immigration records. The Heritage Foundation wants to see his visa application due to his admission of past recreational drug use in his memoir. The group is questioning whether immigration officials properly granted Prince Harry's application, since admission of past drug use can be grounds to reject a visa application. Now, the fact is that under the law, prior drug use is not a reason to deny a visa, but drug abuse is a reason to deny a visa. Nevertheless, if you go to a U.S. embassy and admit you smoke weed, for example, you're going to be turned down for your green card every time. Now, if you admit to smoking weed in the past, you're going to be turned down and asked to be given random drug tests over a 1 to 3 year period to make sure you are clean and not abusing drugs before given the chance to obtain an immigrant visa. So in this case, probably I would think the Heritage Foundation could be onto something if we were going to administer the law evenly. If Prince Harry said he did drugs before, then he should be given 1 to 3 years drug testing to make sure he's not abusing drugs now, because that's what would happen to other people in similar situation. Now, the judge has set a deadline of June 13th for the Department of Homeland Security to determine whether to expedite or respond to this Freedom of Information Act request. Several agencies within the department, including U.S. Border Patrol, have denied the Freedom of Information Act request, but the agency's headquarters has not yet made a final determination. In court filings, the Department of Homeland Security noted that U.S. Customs and Border Protection Agency originally denied the request from the Heritage Foundation because the group did not have Prince Harry's authorization or consent to release the FOIA information because a person's immigration file is personal to him or her and is therefore confidential. This is absolutely true. We as lawyers cannot request personal files from the government without the consent of the individual while that individual is alive. I personally, you can't, I can't, nobody can go ask for Prince Harry's file. And therefore, nobody can determine what happened, if he got a waiver, if he admitted to drug use, nothing, because nobody's allowed to access that file except Prince Harry himself. Prince Harry actually has to give consent. Now, once Prince Harry is dead, we can request all the immigration files we want on Prince Harry. But alive, we need his consent. So I think, honestly, we're never going to know whether Prince Harry should have been denied for drug abuse. But based on the insinuating facts, probably he should have. Now, attorneys for Heritage Foundation claim Prince Harry's public remarks about his drug use diminish his privacy interest. I don't think just because you made it public something or other in a book means that everyone's allowed to see your FOIA. I just don't think that's a winning argument. So I think personally, knowing the very little I know about this situation, I think Prince Harry is going to be okay, but probably got a pass for the prior drug abuse or drug usage for sure.